You know that feeling, right?
Oh.
Like you're just drowning in information
Hmm.
day in, day out, and try to figure out what actually matters, the stuff that could really make a difference. It feels like this constant battle.
Totally. It's overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically why we started the deep dive. You send us what you're looking into, and we try to sift through it all, pull out the core insights, the need to know stuff, and hopefully present it in a way that's, well, maybe even a little surprising.
Cutting through the noise, yeah.
So today we're doing a deep dive into Evangelos Taxiarchis and his email platform, No Limit Emails. We got a really interesting mix of materials from, interview bits, YouTube stuff, website details, even some chat logs.
Oh, interesting. Behind the scenes.
Yeah. So the mission today is to really get a handle on what makes Evangelos tick and, what's the actual value proposition with No Limit Emails.
Absolutely. Let's look past the marketing spiel and see what's really there. What problem was he actually trying to solve? And does this platform, No Limit Emails, really solve it?
Okay, let's kick off with Evangelos himself. It sounds like this guy's been an entrepreneur pretty much forever, like selling his family's harvests from a roadside shack when he was just 11 or 12.
Wow. 11. That's serious initiative.
Right. It really shows, like a basic grasp of business right from the start, seeing a chance and, well, grabbing it.
Yeah, it suggests he wasn't just, helping out. He was kind of running the show. A real knack for commerce, seems like.
Totally. And apparently it wasn't just that. He was driving tractors, lawnmowers, always finding ways to be productive. And then there's this really curious story about a light bulb moment. Happened when he was climbing a tangerine tree.
A tangerine tree.
Yeah. He says it taught him the most important lesson of his life, something from nature that still guides him today. But he kind of teases it, saying we'll be surprised when we hear what it is.
Huh. A lesson from nature. That's an interesting way to frame a business philosophy. It makes you wonder what kind of basic principle he found in, well, a simple tree. Suggests a grounded perspective, maybe.
Definitely makes you curious. Then, get this. When he was only 15, he just took off to Italy. Didn't know anyone, didn't speak the language, just determined.
15, alone.
Yep. Ended up sweeping the front of a bakery for free for 3 months until they gave him a job. Did something similar again at 19, this time moving to England. Stayed there over 25 years, then 18 years in Portugal.
Wow. That shows incredible resourcefulness and adaptability. Just jumping into the unknown like that at such a young age.
Seriously. This is someone who clearly isn't afraid of a challenge, right? Or adapting.
Those kinds of early experiences, they must really shape how you approach problems, how you see opportunities later in business.
No doubt. And, despite all that traveling and working, he eventually went to college, studied marketing, and found his thing, email marketing.
Ah, okay, so that's the connection.
Exactly. Started as a freelancer, building campaigns, growing his own lists. But here's where it gets really relevant for today's dive. He talks a lot about the frustrations he hit with the existing email platforms.
Like what?
Things like fees constantly going up, accounts just getting shut down out of the blue, the risk of losing his email lists he worked hard to build, and tons of restrictions on what kinds of promotions he could even run.
Oof. Yeah, those are common pain points. Those in your list. That's terrifying for a marketer.
Right. He even mentioned having nearly 100 different accounts across various platforms just trying to manage it all.
100. Seriously. That just sounds incredibly complex
Yeah.
and risky.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
can see why someone dealing with that would think, okay, there has to be a better way.
Exactly. That's often the spark, isn't it? That frustration leads to innovation. I'll just build it myself.
And that's precisely what happened. About 3 years ago, he and his partner decided, right, let's create our own platform. And they called it No Limit Emails.
Yeah.
He's really clear, though this isn't some brand new thing they just whipped up. It's been running, evolving for 3 years.
Okay. So it has a track record. That's important. It means they've likely worked out some kinks, got a user base. It's not just vaporware.
So what does No Limit Emails actually do? Well, a huge focus, he says, is on deliverability, getting those emails into the inbox. They've apparently built their own proprietary system for that.
Deliverability is everything in email. If your messages don't arrive, nothing else matters. So a custom system focused on that, that's a big claim, a potentially huge benefit.
And the other big headline feature, unlimited email sending capabilities.
That's the no limit part, I guess.
Seems like it. Which is obviously a massive draw if you're constantly sending caps on other platforms.
For sure. Especially for businesses with big lists or really active marketing campaigns. Those limits can be costly and just frustrating. Unlimited sending changes the game, potentially, both for cost and just freedom to scale.
They also give you dedicated IP addresses. Now, for folks who aren't super techy, think of it like having your own private mailing address instead of sharing an apartment building's address.
Right. If your neighbors in the shared building, shared IP, are sending spam, it can hurt your mail getting delivered too, even if you're doing everything right. A dedicated IP means your reputation is more, well, your own.
Exactly.
Ah.
More control. Plus, they offer email verification, basically cleaning your list to remove bad addresses, which also helps your deliverability.
Essential. Keeps your list healthy, reduces bounces, avoids spam traps. Good practice.
But wait, there's more. They also throw in unlimited live streaming.
Live streaming, like
Right.
webinars and stuff.
Yeah, for webinars, training, community building. It seems like they're thinking beyond just sending emails, more about overall engagement.
Interesting. So it's becoming more of an all-in-one marketing communication hub, potentially.
Yeah,
Not just an ESP.
kind of feels that way. And speaking of community, users get access to a, quote, supportive marketing community. They also run their own email relay network. They claim this helps cut down on normal hosting costs.
Okay, their own network. That could be
Yeah.
a cost advantage, yeah. And the community aspect is often underrated. Learning from peers, getting support, that's valuable.
Definitely. They also provide feedback reports, helping you see how your emails are doing, how to improve your sender reputation. And they really hammer home the comprehensive customer support.
Good support is crucial, especially with something as technical as email deliverability.
They also mentioned using reliable, customizable open source software under the hood. And they stress that the platform is designed for user privacy and control. It really sounds like they took a hard look at all the common complaints about other ESPs and tried to build something that directly fixes them.
It's a pretty comprehensive feature set, you're right. Clearly aimed at serious marketers. The focus on control, privacy, community, open source. It points to a user-first kind of philosophy. And open source can mean flexibility, maybe lower operating costs they can pass on.
Okay, let's talk money. Pricing. They have tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum. These come with different email limits and numbers of dedicated IPs.
Wait, I thought it was unlimited sending.
Ah, good catch. Looking back at the notes, it seems the platform has unlimited capabilities, but the tiers might have practical limits or relate more to the number of IPs or other resources allocated. The 0 to million challenge definitely implies high volume is possible, maybe requiring higher tiers. We should clarify that the unlimited might be more about the potential than every single plan.
Okay, that makes more sense. Tiered access to unlimited potential. Got it. So how does the cost compare?
Well, here's the interesting bit they highlight. As you scale up, sending millions of emails, they suggest no-limit emails can be way more cost-effective than some big names like ActiveCampaign or HubSpot. We saw some comparisons in that YouTube transcript that showed potentially big savings at high volumes.
Right. That's often where the legacy platforms get really expensive. The per subscriber or per send costs add up fast when you're talking millions. So a different pricing model could be very appealing for large-scale senders.
So who's it really for? Seems pretty versatile, but maybe especially for marketers or businesses feeling squeezed by the limits and costs of other platforms.
That tracks. If you're hitting those ceilings or the pricing model just doesn't scale well for you, then yeah, an alternative like this, focusing on high volume and maybe better cost efficiency at scale, would look very attractive.
Okay, now this 30-day email challenge, it's a free video series Evangelist put together, shares his top email strategies.
Free training, always good.
Yeah, they say thousands have done it, got amazing results, better open rates, conversion rates. And building on that, there's the 0 to million emails in 30 days challenge, sponsored by No Limit Emails, obviously.
0 to a million. Or did you say 2 million earlier?
Let me check. Ah, yes, the goal is guiding participants to send up to 2 million emails in 30 days.
2 million in
Yeah.
a month. That is ambitious. Definitely shows confidence in their platform's capacity and their ability to guide people.
For sure. The steps to join this challenge are pretty specific, though. You need a Cloudflare account, a domain name that's at least 90 days old, crucially, not your main business domain.
Okay, a separate domain. Smart for protecting the main brand's reputation.
Exactly. Then you actually give your Cloudflare login details to the No Limit Emails team.
Whoa, hold on. You give them your Cloudflare login?
Yeah, that part sounds a bit, requires trust. But they say they only use it to set up their email server system on a subdomain, like mkt.yourdomain.com. They specifically state they don't access the main domain or cPanel.
Okay, subdomain setup makes sense.
Yeah.
But sharing logins, That will definitely give some people pause. They must have a strong trust factor built up.
Must do. They also provide a pre-warmed IP address with a supposed 100% send score. The whole setup takes up to 72 hours.
Okay, the pre-warmed IP is key. That helps bypass the initial reputation building phase, which can be slow and tricky. And handling the server setup is a big plus for non-technical users. Despite the login sharing concern, the technical setup sounds strategically sound for deliverability.
Right, and once it's set up, participants get, well, a lot. Unlimited email publishing, list verifying, lead capture, automation, list uploading, plus that ultra-fast verifier, security stuff, inbox intelligence tools, a global inbox scanner.
Wow, okay, so they really give you the whole toolkit, the inbox, intelligence, and scanner. Those sound like advanced features for really tracking performance.
Yeah. And they mentioned the first 30 days are focused on warming up that subdomain gradually, easing into it, not blasting millions right away.
Standard best practice for warm-up. Crucial step. Makes sense.
Now, Evangelos also talks about cold email. He stresses doing it legit through proper channels. But interestingly, he claims their system users see high deliverability even with cold emails.
High deliverability on cold outreach. That's bold. Usually cold email is tough, high spam complaint risk.
That's what he claims, contrasting it with other platforms. Says their system handles it better. He does emphasize building lists ethically, though. Clarifies they don't sell leads, but users might get them elsewhere.
Okay, so the claim is their infrastructure and process help even cold emails land better. It's plausible if the IP warming and sending practices are really tight, but ethical sourcing is still paramount, obviously. You can't just spam.
Right. The community and support angle seems huge, too. There's an active private Facebook group for users. They do live support sessions apparently twice a week for the last 3 years.
Twice a week, every week for 3 years. That's serious dedication to support. That consistency builds loyalty.
Seems like it. And they even offer a free Zoom alternative tool. Anyone can use it, meet.nolimitmails.com. Just a constant theme of support throughout the materials.
That free meeting tool is smart marketing, too. Gets their name out there, provides value. And the consistent live support, the active community. Those are very positive signs for user satisfaction.
And if you really like the platform, there's an affiliate program. Paid members get approved automatically. Earn 30% monthly recurring commission for referrals.
30% recurring? That's quite generous. Standard is often lower or not recurring.
Yeah, they push it as a good recurring income stream. They use Warrior Plus for links. And here's an interesting detail. They have a no refund policy.
No refunds. At all.
Apparently. They frame it as a benefit for affiliates, guarantees their commissions won't get clawed back later.
Okay. Good for affiliates, maybe less reassuring for new customers. It implies strong confidence in their product, but it's a firm stance. Definitely something that potential buyers need to be aware of.
For sure. We also got a little peek at the founder's vision. Evangelos has his bio site. The big goal seems to be about enabling people to earn online. They call no-limit emails an evergreen and legit honest service. And again, 24/7 live support.
Evergreen, honest service, 24/7 support. They're positioning themselves as a reliable, long-term partner, not just a quick tool. Building trust seems core to their message.
Okay, so we've covered a ton. Evangelos' journey, the platform features, the challenge, the support, the affiliate angle. But we never actually got the answer about that tangerine tree.
Right, the big lesson. We kept waiting for it. What was the profound insight from nature?
Well, after going through everything you sent, it's just not there. He mentions it, builds it up as this key moment, but the actual lesson, it's not revealed in any of these sources.
No way,
Really?
really. After all that buildup.
Nope. Total cliffhanger. Maybe it's something he only shares within the community, or maybe it's just part of his personal story he keeps close.
Huh. Well, that is unexpected. Leaves you hanging, doesn't it? You start guessing maybe it's about patience or roots or cycles, but yeah, just speculation.
Exactly. So looking back at our mission for this deep dive, cutting through the noise on Evangelos and no-limit emails, I think we did pretty well. We traced his entrepreneurial path, the frustrations that sparked the platform.
The focus on deliverability and unlimited potential, the community, the support structure, the affiliate side. Yeah, we got a pretty clear picture.
We saw how his own experiences, that adaptability, that drive to overcome limits, directly fed into creating this platform. It really feels like a solution born from personal struggle.
Definitely. It reflects his journey, and the specific needs he saw weren't being met elsewhere.
So for you, listening, here's something to chew on. How might a platform that really nails deliverability and takes the limits off communication change your marketing, your business growth? What opens up when those old email constraints disappear?
It's a good question. This dive really shows the power of finding those specific pain points in a market and just tackling them head on. Evangelos' frustration led to something that could unlock growth for others. Makes you think about your own bottlenecks, right? Is there a different approach, like this one, that could be a breakthrough?
Absolutely. If any of this sparked your interest, we definitely suggest checking out No Limit Emails more. The links to their site, the meeting room, the Facebook group, the affiliate info, they're all in the resources you shared. It's a fascinating example of need-driven innovation.
For sure. And the way businesses communicate keeps changing. Platforms like this trying to break old molds. They're definitely ones to watch as they shape how businesses connect with people.